how's it going, guys? It's all quiet and it's like, explosion of happiness! Look, it's a bat rep! Another bat rep of 40K!
Yeah, we're,
So, this bat rep is between me, Josh, and Matt. Say hi, Matt!
Hi!
Alright, so what are we playing today?
We are playing Tau versus Dark Eldar.
Ooh.
It's actually a variation of the last Dark Eldar list I played, which, we'll go ahead and start over here.
Alright, so what do you got in your army?
Okay, so anybody who watched the last Dark Eldar video will be familiar with this. I've got 2 squads of witches with the Hydra Gauntlets, except this time they're both led by homunculuses, whereas last time I didn't add one of the homunculuses by accident. They're riding in raiders. Then you have a squad of Kabbalite warriors riding in a raider. You have a squad of incubi riding in a raider. This squad of incubi is also led by an ancient homunculus. The 6 Reaver jet bikes as before, but I've switched out the paint engines and all that for a Razorwing jet fighter this time.
Alright, and this is 1,500 points.
1,500 points of Eldar.
So you have 3 homunculuses then?
Yes, 3 of them. They're all 1 HQ choice.
Alright, got it. Alright, so let's look at the Tau list. Now, this isn't your typical Tau list. This was the recon list that I made up I think it was almost a month ago now. But, so here it is, finally, in all its glory. It's all painted. It's very different from my normal black and white Tau. And let's dive right in. So we're led by Shadow Sun, and there are 3 units of stealth suits, each with 2 fusion blasters. We have 10 group with sniper rounds, 10 Kroot with sniper rounds, 10 Kroot with sniper rounds, 15 Kroot with sniper rounds, 15 Kroot with sniper rounds. That's 5 units of 60 total Kroot with sniper rounds. Ooh, it's scary. We have 10 Pathfinders. Then we have a unit of marker sniper drones. There are 6 drones and 2 spotters. Then another unit of 6 drones with 3 spotters. And that is 1,500 points on the nose. Alright, so we're going to roll up our mission. We're going to see what we get.
We do mission first, then we do deployment.
Exactly. So mission is number 4. That is the big guns never tire, I do believe. Alright, so the scouring is the fast attack one. They score. Also, there are 6 objectives. Bloop. So let's look at the table really quick. So we're playing on this kind of ruined industrial little table right here. And the red marks the end of the table because that's 6 feet. We didn't really feel like playing on 8 feet with 1,500 points. That's a little spacious, a little generous. Alright, so what are we going to call these buildings?
I believe we are going to call these ruins because they're pretty torn up.
Okay.
And then I would say the others are just block line of sight, probably like what, 5 up cover or 4 up cover.
Let's do the big buildings as 4, and then like these little ones, like that one as 5.
Okay.
So that's here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 big ones, and 4 little. Oh, that works out just fine.
Yeah, and then these they're kind of not really line of sight blocking too heavily. So.
The little chemical plants.
Yeah, the little chemical plants. They're what would you call those?
Just line of sight blocking.
Yeah.
There's not really any area terrain in it.
Yep.
Alright, so that is our battlefield, and I will let you set up the first objective. Here are your 3. Randomly, we don't know which are which.
Alright, so first one I'm going to set up, and this is also before we do all of our deployments, so we don't even know how the board's going to get deployed yet.
It's true.
Yeah, so I'll set the first one right back here in between these guys.
Alright, so we'll be right back after we set everything. Alright, so let's see where we've got our objectives. So I have to be 6 inches away from the table edge and 12 from each other.
So those are 12 inches, and that's 6 inches away from the table edge.
Alright, so he's playing very defensively back there, putting them as close as he can together. And then we've got one right here inside this building. One right here inside this building. Where we got one right here next to this building, kind of out in the open.
Kind of behind this little corner of the wall there.
Ah, I see.
Yes. So we're about to find out how much each one's worth. This one is worth 3.
So it's 3. This one is 3.
This one is the 2.
2. What's that one?
This one is the 4.
Ooh, so 4 over there. So that means this one is a 2, which makes that one
the
1. Alright.
So now we roll for deployment.
Yep, go ahead and roll for that.
Let's find out how we're going to set up.
Number 1, so that's 12 inches.
12 inches in, just was a That's not Vanguard Strike, that's
Dawn of War.
Dawn of War.
Which is funny, because in 5th edition, Dawn of War was the thing that everybody hated.
Yeah, and now they changed it and it's not so bad.
Yep, it's the one everybody wants. Alright, so let's roll to see who goes first. Got a 1 and a 5. Technically, that's on the table, so I'm going to count it.
Okay.
Alright, so Dark Eldar will go first. So let's look at the army again really quick. So what's the battle plan here?
Alright, here's the battle plan. I've got Flecker fields on all of my raiders, because the thing about cover saves that I've been finding from reading and talking with friends who play Dark Eldar is that there's a lot of stuff now that ignores cover. So, if, just moving and getting that Jinx save isn't necessarily the best deal. They've also got Night Shields, so that's going to reduce your range.
By 6 inches.
By 6 inches, but you're Tau, so I'm assuming you have a lot of long-range stuff.
Not with this list.
Not with this list,
This
though.
is a little different.
These guys have Hydra gauntlets, and the cool thing is since each one of the heavy combat squads has a homunculus with them, they're already going to have Feel No Pain off the bat.
Alright.
The Reaver jet bikes are probably going to play interference, trying to run over stuff and get to objectives if nothing else needs to be taken care of. The Coblite Warriors are probably just going to run around just blasting things, because they have splinter racks on this particular raider, so they're going to sit in the back of their raider and just fire at things. The Razor Wing Jet Fighter, I'm just going to use it as needed when it comes into the board.
Okay. Alright, and we'll be back when... Alright, so let's look at the tactics for this Tau army. So usually I want to go first, because if you look at it, 1, 2, 3 units set up, then infiltrate, 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 infiltrate. So basically, if you look at it as a whole, from here back, oh, shaky camera, nope, not good, is that all infiltrates, so you don't even see where it goes. So that's really good if you go first. Unfortunately, I'm going second, but it still means that I'm going to be able to set up according to him, and I'm still going to be able to infiltrate where needed, rather than infiltrating or setting up kind of blind. Let's see here, what else? So this one, we don't really have range. Our range kind of comes from being closer with our 18-inch and being able to jump away. Shadow Sun has her special little command drone, so this unit will be able to reroll their hits of 1s. She also lets the unit jump 3d6, gives them that extra little boost. And after that, it's just kind of plink away. So most of this army has sniper rounds. So that will make it so rather than picking off characters, I can start picking off blasters, Hydra gauntlets, other specialty things against other armies. It's usually against plasma guns or melta guns or what have you. And remember, these are 48-inch rapid-fire snipers, so they're really good. And then each spotter has a marker light, which the crew can now use. And then we also got our normal 10 marker lights. So this will be fun and interesting to see how it goes. Alright, we're still setting up, so let's see here. So let's talk about why I chose which army, and why this is definitely not the Tau army that you're used to seeing. First of all, I built this list totally based on a theme. So this entire theme is the recon part of the Tau army, so it's not the actual one that does the fighting. If you read the Tau fluff, there's always that one little expeditionary force that goes and scouts everything out to see if this planet's worth it, to see if there's any landing sites that are good for the cadres. What are they called? I don't know. Oh, embarrassing. But for the main force to come in. So the only thing that really kind of stands out is Shadow Sun, because she's such an important figure in the Tau Empire that she's usually not in the front. But I figure with this one, since there's so many stealth suits, and she is the stealth suit special character, I'm like, we can make it work. We got this. So yep, so this is all very dependent on cover. Don't forget that if you have forests on the table, that's definitely where these guys go. Because remember, if you go into a forest, they have stealth, so they already have a 4+ save. And if you go to ground, you get +1 for going to ground, and then you also get +1 for going to ground in area terrain. So you're sitting on a 2+ cover save that we all came to love in the 5th edition with the Kroot. So that's back. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We have the marker light support. To go to a bigger list, this is originally planned for about 1850, which is usually about the normal points value right now because people don't like 2,000 for the double force org. You'd add either piranhas or drones, depending on your fluff flavor. I like the piranhas better because it adds a lot more mobility to the list. It adds a couple more fusion blasters, and I have a lot of them, and they're a lot of fun. So they're kind of the scout tank. I like those. If you go drones, I would go with gun drones rather than marker drones because you don't really have a crisis suit to babysit them for their marker lights. And yeah, that's about it. Alright, so we're going to roll for Matt's Warlord trait.
Alright, I think I'm going to go with personal traits. Yep.
Okay.
So we'll see how this works. And this will go on my Ancient Homunculus, which is my Warlord. So I got a 1. My Warlord and his unit have the counterattack special rule while in their own deployment zone. That could prove interesting considering how many of the high point objectives are on my side.
It's true. Now, which one is your Ancient?
That would be the one that is modded off of the High Elf starter box model, which you can get this duplicated, or you can buy this on the web store through our services. You know, we offer conversion, assembly, and painting services, as well as we have our trade stock store, which this entire army is off the trade stock store. So if you really like the look of this army, check it out and you can buy it.
Alright. Alright, so let's look at the Tau deployment. So we've got some infiltrating going on. So we've got some infiltrating right here to kind of stop this little half of the board. We got these crew guarding that objective. We got a unit of sniper drones all the way up here. They got a commanding view of the battlefield. Pathfinders are right here on this objective, because remember in this one, fast attack are scoring. They're also worth an extra victory point. We've got Shadow Sun with her little posse of people right here. Now, just so you know, these are the older models, so the burst cannons that have the bright blue glowy thing, those are the melta-guns. We got some more recruits that infiltrated right here to try and get up onto that objective. These stealth suits actually got out of line of sight, so I could be within 12. Just outside of 12. But that's all I have to be away, so that's how they're so close. We also got some sniper drone teams right here. You're all set up nice and fancy. And then we've got the 3 units of 10 crew, and they're going to be outflanking. Alright. Looks like fun. So basically what I got is I've got these guys. I'm hoping they're going to come up here on the sides, and we'll take the objectives. Got this one pretty much covered. Hopefully they can stay alive long enough from the witches. And that's about it. One thing to note, the next thing you need to add if you do this army is for the Kroot, any ones that are outflanking, give them 1 Kroot Hound, because that gives them the acute senses special rule. And when they do that, when they outflank, they get to re-roll which side of the table they get to come on. So that is definitely a good thing. Unfortunately, I didn't have the points to get them for this match. Alright.
So let's go ahead and do that.
Alright, so Dark Eldar get combat drugs, and there are many, many combat drugs on this army.
The witches and the reavers are going to have
Number 6.
Splinter Mind. I've got well, that's going to be interesting because it means my witches have maxed out Feel No Pain tokens.
Because the homunculus comes with one.
The homunculus comes with one automatically.
Yep.
And then he gets one because of the splinter. Or no, he doesn't. He doesn't have combat drugs.
Oh,
so we
okay.
have 2 right now.
So that's Furious Charge and
Furious
Feel
Charge
No
and
Pain.
Feel No Pain.
Alright, so 1 away from Fearless.
But it does mean that now my Reaver jet bikes just got Feel No Pain when they didn't.
Very nice.
Which is fairly nice.
Alright, do you want to roll for Night Fight?
Night Fight, yes.
Night Fight. Night Fight it is.
Yes, and I have Night Vision, so that's going to be really good for me.
Alright. Most of my arm, well, just the battle suits, I guess. Alright. And let's see if I can seize the initiative on a 6. Oh, I got it!
Oh, well, I'm glad I got Night Fight.
Thank you, little swizzle stick, for your little bump. Alright, so we'll be back after the first turn of movement. Alright, it's a very short first movement phase. And the infiltrators came in. These guys just moved up, and they moved up, and they moved up. Other than that, everyone just kind of stays put, because everyone has heavy weapons. Alright, so first things first, let's start shooting all the way over here. So you have night shields, don't forget.
So that means negative 6 inches?
Yep, and these are 18-inch range, so they're now 12 inches. So only the first 2 are in there.
Okay.
One of them's a melt-a-gun, one of them's a burst cannon. Alright, so here we go. Let's do the melt-a-gun. Needs a 4 to hit. Hits. And the burst cannon, with its now impressive 4 shots with its new codex. Oops. Hits twice.
Hits twice.
Alright, so the burst cannon. To pen needs a 5. So we got 2 pens.
Oh
and
boy.
The melt-a-gun strength 8 needs a 2 to glance. And it's a pen.
Alright, and then I get flicker field saves against the the burst cannons. So flicker field is, I believe, what, 5 up? 5 up, yes. So I do not make either of them. That's not good.
What about the pen, or the AP1 pen?
I do not make any of the flicker field saves. Those witches are in trouble.
So that automatically wrecks. Let's see if they blow up. So the AP1 gets +3, because it's AP1 gets +2, and then open top gets +1. So that is a 5 on the result.
Which is, I believe, only wrecked.
It's immobilized.
Immobilized.
Yeah, so I'm looking for a 6 here. And these just get +1 because they're just normal shots. And you're opened up. So there's a 6. So it'll explode.
It will explode, and that means, I believe it's what, strength 3 hits or strength 4 hits?
Strength 4.
Strength 4 on the inside.
Yep.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and roll the wounds.
10 guys?
Yes.
Okay. Looking for 3s. And that is 5 of them.
5 of them. Oh, that's not good.
5 saves.
5 saves. So, and I believe that witches only have a 6-up save normally.
6 up armor save, yep.
But they do get their feel no pain.
They do it.
Alright, so I made 2 of them. And now I need 5 up feel no pain. And I made 1 of them. So only 2 witches died from
Go
that.
ahead and see if they're pinned, because that happens right now.
Okay. Witch's leadership is...
I think it's 9 with the homunculus.
Yes, I believe it is 9 with the homunculus. Of which I'm still pinned anyway.
Alright.
So this is not a first start to the game that I'm liking.
First salvo shots just goes boom. Wow. Craziness.
Yep.
Alright. Alright. So next thing, we're going to shoot the sniper drones at the Reaver jet bikes over there. So first things first, we have the 2 marker lights from these guys at their ballistic skill 5. So 2's to hit. So there's 2 marker lights. And then there are 6 drones, and they're not within rapid fire. So they shoot, and they have drone controllers too, so don't forget, so they're hitting on 2s as well. So 5 hits. There are 2 precision shots. Do you have any special weapons in there?
Yes. The guy in the center back has the caltrops.
Okay, so we're going to put both of these on him.
Okay.
Alright, so on the caltrops, 4's to wound, so 1 wound. And everybody else, 1 wound.
Okay.
So 1 normal, 1 on the caltrops.
Alright. So I believe Reavers get a 4-up.
They have they have a 5-up.
They have a 5-up, but then they also have feel no pain. So they both failed. This one is for the guy with the caltrops for feel no pain. He fails. And the other guy also fails. So
And this is also pinning because it's sniper rounds.
okay. Well, they passed that.
Alright. So here we go. So now we've got only these 2. They're the only ones that are in range of the Reavers. And they're only in range of these 2 front ones. So no matter how many wounds I do, I can only kill those 2. But we will use the marker lights to up our ballistic skill. So they have 4 shots each. We'll roll them over here since there's a lot of room over here. We won't knock anything over. So now they're hitting on 2s. So 7 hits. And they wound on 3s because they're strength 5 and jet bikes are toughness 4. Okay, so 7 wounds.
7 wounds. Well, I believe this will be the quickest battle report that I've ever done. Alright, so you'll just hold this for me.
Yep, no problem. Alright, so it's 6s for cover save because you're within 18 inches for night fight. Oh, but I ignore that because I'm a stealth suit. Darn it. Okay, so you just have your invulnerable save, or your feel no pain.
I just have my feel no pain.
Because these are AP 5 shots.
AP 5 shots. Oh boy. Well, that was actually
nice.
really good.
Very nice.
Only the front 2 died.
Alright, so 2 died.
2 died.
So that's that for them. And then, let's see here. Next, we're going to be shooting some more stealth suits and another Wraith. So here we go. So these 4 are in range. So there's 1 melt gun and 3 burst cannons. We'll go over here. Since there's so much extra room, except for my silly little Groot. So the 1 melt gun needs a 4 to hit. Misses. And then I got 3 burst cannons. So these need 4s to hit.
Ooh, that's a lot of 1s and 2s.
Okay. Let's see here. And then 5 to glance.
Not a single glance.
Alright, and I think that's just about going to do it for me.
Alright.
The Pathfinders could marker light something, but they don't really have range for anything, and nothing really else has range. I wonder if the Kroot could shoot, but they only have 18 inches, because don't forget these have
Flicker fields.
flicker fields. And these can only shoot, well, technically they can go 36.
But then the night shields.
But their range is 48.
Ah,
so it goes down to 42.
okay.
But then night fighting drops them down to 36. So they can actually shoot. How many can see? This little dude cannot. So I got 5 sniper drones. Yeah, sure, why not?
We'll just get a little bit of a bird's eye view here of what's shooting at me.
We got 5 little sniper drones. They need 2s to hit. So 4 hits. They need 6s to rend because it's strength 3 for sniper rifles against tanks. So we need 6s. Nothing. Alright. And that would be my first turn. So go ahead and take a panic check for your bikes.
Alright, I will go ahead and do that over here. So, let me just double check their leadership value. The Reaver jet bikes, a leadership of 8.
Alright.
And they're good.
Alright. So then we'll come back after the movement phase of the first arc Eldar. Alright, so what do we got?
Okay, so I've pretty much almost given up the witches for dead at this point. If by some luck they survive the next round of shooting and they're not pinned anymore, I might be able to use them. But for the most part, I can't really rely on them coming out of this intact. Hopefully their Feel No Pains succeed. The Coblite Warriors have moved over here. They're only going to be able to snap fire inside, but because of the splinter racks, they'll be able to reroll. So I'm probably going to unload, which actually I should probably be facing this way so the Dark Lance can actually shoot something.
Okay. Now why can they only snap fire?
Because I moved over, I moved 12 inches, and the occupants can only snap fire if you move over 6, I believe. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Alright, so they're going to unload probably into something over here. The Reaver jet bikes and the Incubi Raider moved up here. The plan is that the Reavers are going to fly over these Pathfinders and try and get them off that objective. The Incubi I need to line up to actually unload them, so I figure unloading them behind your enemy lines is a good idea, because once they actually get into close combat, they're going to rip apart pretty much anything they touch.
Indeed.
But it's getting them there is the important part. The witches in this raider over here unloaded, and because he failed to actually destroy this raider, he's stuck in a tough situation now, because these are pretty nasty close combat specialists. And as far as troop goes, comparatively. So these guys are about to get tore up pretty nastily. So now we're going to go ahead and start my shooting phase. I think I'm going to start off with the raider over here is going to fire the Dark Lance, and I'm going to fire it into Shadow Sun's unit.
Alright.
So, because you don't really have any vehicles with high armor, so I might as well just focus some high power attacks at something that is annoying.
Alright.
So, I'm going to need, I believe, Dark Eldar need 4s to hit?
3s.
3s to hit. Well, I missed anyway.
Alright.
Okay, so that's that Dark Lance. Let's see. The Reavers are not going to shoot. Instead, they are going to turbo boost and use their vanes to fly over the Pathfinders. They can turbo boost 36 inches. So I know it's well within 36 inches. So the Reavers are just going to fly back here and hide behind this wall while cutting up the Pathfinders.
Whee! Everything's better with sound effects.
Exactly. Also, this raider with the Incubi is not going to shoot or unload. It's also going to turbo boost.
Okay.
And I'm going to actually stick it right over here.
Bam.
Right there. Give those sniper drones a hard shot if they try to make the shot.
Alright.
This Coblite Warriors over here are actually going to... You see what's in range over here now that I've moved them? Okay, I can pretty much hit anything. I can't see the Pathfinders, which is bad. I'm not really too worried about the Kroot, so everything here is going to fire into those sniper drones, because those are the most deadly thing on the board to me at the moment. So I have a Dark Lance going into the sniper drone, and that is a 3, so that's a hit.
Okay.
Anything but a 1, and I didn't get a 1, so
All right.
That is AP2, I believe.
It is indeed. All right. So cover save. We are going to, because the runes are 4+ and they have stealth, so it's a 3-up cover save. Off the table, doesn't count.
And
it is
that's
a
a dead
2.
sniper drone.
Oh, we got it anyway. Pew!
So 1 dead drone. Good job, Darklands.
It was such a good little drone. He always did what he was told.
Now the Coblite
He
Warriors
didn't deserve
are
to
firing
die.
with their,
The poor drone. Look at him. Look, he's like all tired and he's like, I'm done. It's over.
Game over, man. Game over.
Game over. All right. So what else we got?
All right, now I got splinter rifles. They're not in rapid fire range, but they do have a 24-inch range. They're also firing at the sniper drones. They're going to hit on 6s because of snap fire, but they're poison weapons.
They do get rerolls for the splinter racks.
They do get rerolls for the splinter racks, which is why I decided to do this. So I've got 10 of the guys in their total. So roll over here in the field of death. So I need 6s, and I got 1. That's why I have splinter racks. So let's hope for more 6s. I got 2 more. That's not fairly terrible, I guess.
Okay.
So now I need 4 ups. I got 1, so 1 poison attack.
All right. Cover save again says.
Oh,
we're
cover
good.
save says you're good. Alright, so that is that shooting. These guys are pinned, so let's go ahead and do the shield veins on the
wee little pathfinders.
on the wee little pathfinders.
All right. So it's 2d3.
2d3. So that's going to be
3 hit.
3 attacks total.
All right. These are strength 4, so I need 3s to wound.
I got 2 wounds.
All right. We've got a 4-up cover save inside the building, which we save 1 of them.
And 1 Pathfinder dies. Alright, so now we're going to go into the assault phase. And you are going to get Overwatch shooting at my witches as we assault you.
Oh, all right. Over there.
Alright, Overwatch shooting.
We got the little stealth suits all in. They're a little lonesome. So here's the 2 melta guns. 6s, nothing.
Nothing.
And then burst cannons. Nothing.
Not a single 6.
Alright then.
That's going to be really, really good for me.
Alright,
So now I'm going to go ahead and roll my assault distance, charge distance,
2d6.
which I'm fleet, so I'll get to reroll a 1 if I don't like it. I'm going to reroll the 1.
You can reroll both of them.
I'm going to reroll both of them, because that's really horrible. And I got the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, look.
Oh,
I got a
no.
1 and a 2. Again.
Oh no!
Yeah,
It's one of those kind of games. Huh?
It's one of those. It's always that kind of game with me. You've heard that I'm really, really bad at rolling in these games.
That's so unfortunate.
It is, because now those witches are pretty much dead.
Yeah, they're gonna get lit up.
Yep. This game is not shaping up very well for me so far.
All right, so turn 2.
Okay, so turn 2, reserves.
All right, so we got 3 units to recruit. They're all exactly identical. So 3 ups. 1 of them comes in.
One of them comes in.
On a 1-2, they come in over here. 3-4, it's over there, and 5-6, I get to choose.
Either way, it's not a good day for me.
They got a 6, so I get to choose. And I think I'm gonna choose this table edge.
Well, goodbye, witches. Goodbye, all of my witches. Just wait, Josh. Just wait. One of these days, I will actually get my Necrons finished, and I will actually start playing the army I know how to play.
All right, sounds like a plan.